Alicia T out in Yardley. Scope of work is going to be bed cleanup, mulch, shrub pruning, and some branch trimming. So all of the work will be in the front yard. So starting over here, so it's been a while, just want some good bed cleanup and prep. If in doubt, if something's a weed or a plant, call it a weed and yank it out. Err on the side of yanking things more than not. You'll see some fabric in spots too. I mean, you can cut it out or just pile the mulch on top, whatever. So starting here with this tree, I would trim all these like spouts of growth that are kind of like everything I would say here below. Just all these little spokes that are coming off the tree. Just cut them all out and snip them all out. I would say taking it to about like that high, just to expose like the actual base of the tree. It just looks a lot better than seeing all these little funky spokes here. So just hand snip them out or whatever you want to do. Fisker, clip them, whatever you want to do. Clean up of all the weeds here. I mean, these are technically like plants, but if you think you can clean them up, like this one's overtaken by weeds, so probably yank that one. This one, if you feel like you can salvage it. If not, you can just yank it out. But you might be able to try to leave this one, and that one are actually like little plants, but try to get the weeds out of them. A lot of it, I see this little border thing, so you don't have to worry about edging it in most spots. But if you could, just take a string trimmer. I mean, they should do this with their mowing, but just so it's like clearly defined and cleaned up, just take a string trimmer and just edge it out really good for them, so that's like just clearly established. Yeah, and then mulch on here. Any weeds growing up through this, just yank them out. Trim and shape all this, prune and shape that up. The maple, leave alone, but any weeds and vines that are growing in there, try to clean them up the best you can. Again, use your string trimmer to kind of edge out this whole area. You don't have to edge, but redefine that edge. It hasn't been done in a while. And all this growth you can pretty much yank out. This plant you can keep, but all this other stuff you can yank it out, clear it out. There is 2 grassy plants. You could probably leave these, but all the growth around it, whack out all the growth up there. You can get rid of. This plant you can leave. The weed yank, obviously. This plant you can leave. All the other growth, there is like some ground cover here, like with flowers and stuff, but she said just get rid of it because it doesn't look great when it's mixed in with all the weeds. And I told her it'd be hard to kind of separate it all out. So all this can go, bust it all out. This guy, you can prune it up. You can prune this up. The holly, I guess, could use a real light pruning. It looks a little bit like thin everywhere, so just don't go crazy with it. If anything, maybe just use your judgment. She wasn't like real nitpicky about anything, but maybe like cut out the bottom a little bit to raise it up so you can kind of see the mulch. And then I would say probably trim away from her like gutter and her house line a little bit. And then all here, you'll need pretty heavy mulch. You must get a good washout because it's kind of all over the place. Try to rake out some of this old stuff. And then, spray really good, throw down the mulch. And then the other line item we'll put on there for this weeping tree is branch trimming. So I told her all these branches that are kind of just like real low, we'll cut them to about 7 foot. So a little bit above, where your head is, like call it 7 foot, snip out. So anything 7 foot and below, just cut it and get rid of it. Like all of the weeping tree here. It's like real low here. I mean, at this point it's probably 4 feet, so you're ducking it when you're mowing and stuff. So just trim all this out, get rid of it. And then same thing all around the tree. Anywhere that it's below 7, just cut it. All this is kind of hanging in the driveway, so snip all that out, especially this spot. Snip all that out. That you can leave go. A couple spots here, trim up, and then obviously clean up like all these leaves, debris, sticks. You know the deal. And that's it. And you know what? One last thing. I don't know. This one I'm not sure is hers or not. If in doubt, maybe just mulch it to be on the safe side. We didn't walk over there and talk about it, and that's it.